पंकज इसको शिफ्ट करो क्या? Yeah, member. It is our pleasure to have Professor Bhuvan Unhelkar from University of South Florida's Newma College of Business as keynote speaker for IRC 2024 International Research Convention at Sir Padampat Singhnai University. On the behalf of Directorate of Research and Publications and the convener IRC 2024, we extend a warm welcome to Professor Bhuvan Unhelkar, sir. It is my honor to introduce the Professor Unhelkar. He is a highly accomplished IT professional and professor at University of South Florida's Newma College of Business. He is also an adjunct professor at Western Sydney University and an honorary professor at Amity University. Bhuvan is a founding consultant at Method Science with expertise in business analysis, software engineering, UML, big data strategies, AI, agile, mobile business, and green IT. With extensive experience in banking, financial, insurance, government, and telecommunication, he is a thought leader and the author of 27 books, including Artificial Intelligence and Business Optimization, Big Data Strategies for Agile Business, and The Art of Agile Practice, Taylor and Francis, CRC Press, USA. As a winner of several prestigious awards, such as Computer World Object Developer Award 1995, Consistence IT Professional Award 2006, and IT Writer Award 2010. He is the fellow of the Australian Computer Society, IEEE Senior Member, Associate Editor of IT Professional, Life Member of Computer Society of India, and Baroda Management Association. Professional Scrum Master, SAFE Agile Leader, Member of SDPS, past President of Rotary, Sarasota, Sunrise, Florida, and a Paul Harris Fellow, and Discovery Volunteer at NSW Parks and Wildlife. Bhuvan has supervised numerous successful PhD and postdoc students and has presented keynotes at international conferences and events. With that vast experience, we welcome Dr. Bhuvan Unhelkar as a keynote speaker at IRC 2024. Mike is over to you, sir. Please.
Thank you. And namaste to everybody. And it's my pleasure and honor to present this keynote. I will now share my screen and we'll see where we go with that. Figure out. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
It's visible, sir.
And if there is any issue in between, let me know because I am now doing the slideshow. Okay. In the short half an hour of time, I would like to share with all of you this particular topic, although the topic itself, in my opinion, need not be word to word spoken about, but I believe that all of you, students and faculty at SPSU, will benefit with some thoughts around leadership. Even though we are continuously talking about technology and AI, I think it will be more valuable to look at leadership in the context of transformations or impact of digital technologies. I'm planning to reintroduce myself in the sense that I want to show some books, especially the one book from which I have pulled some of the material in this keynote. I want to highlight the data science umbrella under which we are all functioning. and then go and stress a bit more on leadership. I do have some thoughts on business analysis and requirements modeling, because that is also playing an important role from a leadership perspective in the digital age. This is my profile. Thank you once again for introducing me. I am always grateful to my Guruji, Professor Brian Henderson Sellers, with whom I did my PhD way back in 1997. I also enjoy doing academic work and giving back to the community, especially in India. Don't worry about the prices. The books are all freely available to my students. Yes. Hello. Is everything okay? I hope it is. The areas of my interest is agile, and therefore I'm trying to map artificial intelligence and agile. Software engineering is my bread and butter, and I have done some work with software modeling. And this is a book I wrote with Professor Tad Gonsalves, who works in Sophia University in Japan, and he got stuck in my home during COVID, and we utilized the time to produce this book. These are other areas of interest for me. Big data, definitely. Green IT, which relates to reducing emissions and also utilizing IT to optimize business processes so that they will not be producing more emissions. And that is an edited work. These are some other books as well. I do find business architecture and enterprise architecture as important contributors in the success of a digitally transformed business. Here is some more work and some work in progress. This is my area of, or vast areas of interest, and depending on your interest, my purpose in mentioning these is we may collaborate. Now, related to today's topic, digital leadership and what that leadership can do and what it should do. Really, the entire responsibility of the leadership in the digital world is everything that we used to do traditionally, but now move towards data-driven decision-making, data-driven optimization, and taking additional care with cybersecurity and privacy. I have this view, and I mentioned to you that agile is very dear to my heart. If we look at artificial intelligence, everybody is talking about it. AI can do wonders with data. But if it simply produces a result that no one can use, then really it's not going to be of use to anybody. Technology for the sake of technology is not my goal. And therefore, my focus is on utilizing AI and data to make business processes agile. And that's where I see the relationship between requirements analysis and synthesis. I think a good digital business will be a holistic business, not only holistic, but also in balance, which means it will be doing as much planning and architecture and design as it will be doing agility and digital process incorporation. This word holistic is very important, in my opinion, in today's digital world. And any good leader will be focusing on this holistic aspect. Another interesting thing that digital leaders need to keep in mind is the fuzziness of organizational boundaries. And one of the classic example for the digital world that I give is um, that if I go to a airline site and I try to book a flight, then I am also able to do additional things such as car rentals, insurance, and and so on. A airline is not a car rental company, and still it is able to provide that facility to me, because in the digital world, the organizational boundaries are fuzzy, they overlap each other. And with the cloud technologies in the background, this is going to become more and more, and therefore leadership needs to keep that in mind. Even the hierarchical organizational structure is not going to exist much longer. It already is not. And therefore, we have to, as leaders, keep in mind the flattened organizational structure that correlate to agility. You will find whenever we are talking about data and data-driven decision making, whenever we are talking about analytics, we are really focusing on two things. We are focusing on the technology, Python and big data, for example, and we are talking about statistical models. But we need to also consider the way the organization is structured, the way the organization is going to behave, and the way it is going to relate to other organizations. And that's what I'm highlighting here. One very important research project that I have undertaken is to explore this particular keyword, significance. I have a friend, Jimmy Mistry, who for the first time I heard talk about significance as a more important word, more important parameter than success when it comes to the digital world. And I have set up a whole research project. And if any one of you are interested and have the time and the energy to participate, please reach out to me. I'll take you through some of the aspects of this particular research. The fundamental thought process is, for a leader, digital business needs to be focusing on significance more than success. Most of the contemporary leadership characteristics are really saying compete and succeed. And we suddenly find that the keyword is collaborate and provide significance in the lives of users, customers, and business partners. So that is my current research in Mumma College of Business. The thinking behind significance is that the values are changing, which means I can go to Google and look for maps or look for a search feature. And if I don't like it, I'm going to move somewhere else. I'm going to go to Microsoft's Bing or some other search engine, or I might write my own. When it comes to politics, and here in the US and elsewhere, digital technology can and is influencing the way elections are conducted, for example. So the value system is changing. The time required and the time that is optimum in terms of making decision is shrinking rapidly, especially in India, where we still have a lot of bureaucracy. Things that used to take months are now done in weeks, and those that took weeks are now done in hours or minutes. So that's another very important criteria for a leader to keep in mind. And automation of processes is a result of collaborative effort. I already highlighted to you that organizational boundaries are fuzzy, which means multiple organizations are working together. In the airline industry in particular, which is my favorite example, we now have Star Alliance and One World. which means the airlines are not just competing with each other, they are forming collaborative and cohesive groups. This is possible only because of cloud, only because of digital technology. And that is something we need to keep in mind as leaders. The profit only motive is also changing. And these companies are not giving things away. Companies such as Google and Amazon and Microsoft are not giving things away. They do want to make profit. But if it is the only motive, they are not likely to be significant in the lives of their customers and potential customers, and therefore unlikely to be successful even in the traditional way. So some thoughts, I am referencing the place from where I have taken this particular idea: digital leadership and agility. Agility is the ability to rapidly change decisions, work in a iterative and incremental manner, have a cross-functional collaboration. That is, airline to airline is simple collaboration, but airline to car rental to insurance to, say, medical facility is a cross-functional collaboration. This is also a very interesting concept: fail fast. Agile has promoted this as a method, but I like the fact that if I am going to fail, then the sooner I fail, the better. This is something the digital leaders need to keep in mind. And therefore, they have a balancing act. Should I be moving towards more formality, or should I be moving towards more agility? Why? Because significance and success are now actually are both playing an important role in the digital world. And can data science enhance significance? Yes, it absolutely can, but we need strategy, we need policies, and that's the research that I'm working on right now. What are the key characteristics of an organization and of a leader that can make the organization significant? And the challenge of subjectivity in the way users perceive a Google, a Amazon, a Microsoft is also very important. And therefore, we need continuous iterative and incremental approach. You will find this interesting, very important in the digital world, in the chat GPT world, and in all the other worlds where large language models are playing a crucial role, a significant role. I have asked questions and interviewed more than 40 global digital leaders and noted down their answers, and I have to still analyze them, but I'm already deriving insights from the answers that these CXOs gave me as a part of my research in digital leadership. And the key insight coming out is success at the cost of significance is a high risk. Automation without due consideration to biases and to natural intelligence is a risk. Cybersecurity and privacy is a perpetual risk. And then, of course, governance, risks themselves, and compliance, the key consideration of digital leadership. I asked digital leaders what should be new thinking techniques in addition to the ones that we know: value focus, flattened organizational structure, which requires a change of mindset, data-driven insights that give due respect to natural intelligence, and thinking long-term, that is time, length, and width, the breadth of topics covered with cybersecurity. This I'm going to skip because all I am trying to highlight here is what are the technical decisions, analytical decisions, and strategic decisions. The current focus of digital leadership should be on strategic decision making. I asked further questions in terms of ethics. And the reason to explore ethics a bit more is artificial intelligence has got many traps. For example, deep fake. I have a thought around researching in deep fake, and I'm setting up a group of collaborators, but that may happen in a while. The problem is this entire presentation that I'm giving you can be presented by my digital twin. You must have heard of the strike in Hollywood, because once one movie is recorded, small slices of how the actor acted can be taken and put together for another movie. In the latest Harrison Ford movie, Indiana Jones, they have done digital remastering of Harrison Ford as a young age person. So we suddenly have an ethical challenge. We have another ethical challenge, which is because bad data, which is true data. For example, if you ask a AI-enabled system to pick 5 resumes out of 1,000 resumes that